Hello, and thank you for joining me once again. This is Bug Powder Dust, and today's video is all about the Panzer IV. The map is Live Oaks. It's a standard game, not one of the new modes, and I'm with my platoon mates Watlanka and George K. We are all in Panzer IVs. The view that you can see at the moment is myself in my Panzer IV, and we'll be using two replays, both myself and Watlanka's replay. We both have no camouflage, so it initially might be hard to see who's who, but I'll call it out anyway, and then as the game progresses you'll see that it becomes very easy to see who's who. So the view is with myself. We immediately see that nobody's going right apart from a scout, which is going to cause problems. I spotted this, I've called it out on TeamSpeak, and I've made a mental note to go back if the scout picks anyone up. In the meantime, Watlanka and George are going to take up positions in the small rise in front of us and do what the Panzer IV does best. It's some actual laser precision sniping. So the scout on the bottom right hand corner has picked up a medium tank almost straight away, so I decided, look, I'm going to go back. This is not playing to the strength of our platoon, it's diluting our strength. So as I head back, we're now with Watlanka. This is probably 20 more seconds in, and he's taken up a position behind a bush, and he's now doing what the Panzer IV does best, is engaging enemies at distance. The Panzer IV's gun is not massively accurate, although it seems it is. It does 135 damage on average, 138 penetration, which is very nice for this tier. So the gun is something to very much be scared of, and that's the top gun, that's the L70. And also it fires about 13 rounds per minute on average. That's very fast. So while I relocate down to the bottom corner, to the bridge area, we stay with Watlanka as he engages many tanks at kind of a 250 metre distance, and is making lots of nice holes in them, as well as George to his right, and a couple of other tanks on our side. So we seem to have a better position, it's looking good. We've dominated the left hand side of the map pretty much, and there's some very good fire going on to the enemy teams. Panzer IV is a lovely tank. I think it's actually my favourite tank of all the tanks in this game. It just has great versatility. It's quick when it needs to be, quick going backwards, can play peekaboo. Its front armour is 80mm, which is not bad. Unfortunately its sides and rear are 30 and 20 respectively, which is not great, but to be honest, the tank has to have some downsides, I suppose. So now we switch to my view. So I've quickly relocated and I've taken up a spot just in some cover here by this coal here. Our T-50 scout has died to something. I didn't see what it was, unfortunately, but it is a medium tank, I know that much. So what I do is I dig in and wait. Back to Watlanka. It's causing huge amounts of havoc at a distance, as is George and a couple of other tanks there. Now, if the other team's artillery was paying attention, and I'm not sure that they were, they wouldn't be able to just sit there and plug away like this, because their position is actually fairly exposed. Okay, it's behind bushes, but they can still be spotted. But they're getting away with it. Okay, so back to myself. I'm looking for some sign that there's some enemy tanks coming down this side. So far, nothing. But if you watch very carefully, you see a tree go down, gets run over. I'll mark it with a yellow arrow very shortly. Let's watch there. See that tree go down? So I know for sure there's something coming now, and I line up and get ready. But I don't know where he's going to cross, but he's running out of track, so it has to be here somewhere. So I just get ready and wait. Sure enough, Panzer III comes over the tracks, and he's basically mine for the taking. My first shot tracks him. I wasn't really aiming for his tracks, but I got lucky, and there he goes, he's gone. Back to Watlanka, still getting away with it, still sniping, still doing damage, still causing the opposing team a bit of a headache, as is George still. Yeah, as I was saying, the Panzer IV is a great tank, good for money, money making. You generally end up in interesting matches. It's not some kind of tier 10 heavy tank camping borathon, which games can be. It's generally fluid and fun, and as I said, it makes good money and XP. Okay, so back to myself. We have another medium tank coming across the bridge. Not the greatest move, to be honest. Panzer IV this time, a bit of a sad waste, and he gets knocked out quite easily by myself and the B1. Again, it's just me and the B1 on this side, and I know that there's a heavy over here somewhere. I've seen him earlier, and it has to be a KV1. Now KV1s get my respect, especially if I'm in a Panzer IV. I've got a very dangerous gun, so we push over and see what we can find. In the meantime, back to Wattle Anchor. So he's relocated over to the other hill because he was getting shot in the other place, so he's relocated now. This opens him up to shoot down this road, and he finishes off the T-25 that he started shooting at earlier, as well as taking a couple of opportunity shots on the two KV-1s there. But he's being smarter this time. He's shooting and then getting back down the hill because he knows for sure that he's been spotted now. So he shoots and moves, and he decides to shoot from another spot, just moving over here to expose his turret. Turret only, and takes a shot there, a hurried shot because he was aiming at him and misses. And unfortunately he gets hit by two artillery in a row, which is really quite unfair. So Wattle Anchor's out, George K's falling back. In the meantime, here's the KV-1, not in the greatest position I have to say for a KV-1 to be in, and I try and bring my gun to bear. I'm at maximum depression already, and only by arranging myself on the train tracks can I actually get the downward depression that I need. So you see me kind of jockey to and forwards just a bit. So he's concentrating on the B1, getting a couple of good hits on him and a bounce. So I just aim more carefully. There we go. So he's turning to me now, having killed the B1. So I decide that I'm going to back up. He's only got very few hit points left now. Sorry, he's actually got quite a few hit points. I get one more hit. Then he's got very few hit points, to be accurate. So I decide, you know what, he can't kill me. I'm still at full health. I'm just going to move forward. The reason I'm skipping backwards and forwards like that is because of the artillery. I'm now probably their only target that they can see lit up, so I need to be very careful. So he shoots and bounces, and I shoot, kill him, and immediately I'm moving again. Again, I don't know what their artillery is looking at, if it's moving or what. So George is in the middle of the map there. He's falling back. I've asked my team speak to come back so we can kind of defend together. So he's falling back, but he's spotted a couple of heavies bearing down on him. So I decided to relocate to support him. He can spot, I can snipe, and this bush here on the right hand side seems like an excellent place. It will shield me from being spotted. There's a tank been spotted. George is at very low health now, so I'm going to try and shoot him quick. So George lands a hit on him, I shoot, and only get track damage. And after that second, he shoots and kills George. If I'd actually killed him when I did the track damage, George would still be alive. Unfortunately, that's the way the game goes. So the situation is, it's myself and a Westby artillery facing heavy, medium, and two artillery. So at this point, it's not looking that good, I have to say. Now I decide to kill this dude first. This is perfect for me. I'm dug in. I'm behind a bush. He can't see me. Perfect range for my Panzer IV to take down. Again, moving backwards and forwards, random directions just to throw off any artillery. And I'll move forward. As I move forward, I'm conscious that I'm probably going to run into the Panzer IV than the artillery. This isn't actually what happens. So I'm at full health, looking quite good, I would say. I need to keep moving. If I stop, the artillery is likely to hit me. So with this in the back of my mind, I move up. I could sit by my base and just wait for them to come to me, but that's not my style of play, to be honest. I'd rather just move in and try and finish things one way or the other. So there we go. Their artillery's moving up. I'm not sure if these new French artillery have a low range, or he just wants to use it as a kind of a tank destroyer maybe. But he's moved up, and I'm realising that while he's spotting, I have to move. If I want to move, I might as well move straight towards him and try and take him down. If I stay static, I'm going to get hit. But our Westby pulls off an absolute blinder and hits him. First shot, first kill. So we congratulate him on chat. Brilliant. That's one less artillery for me to deal with. So we've got Panzer IV and a grill. Now I know damn well that if that Panzer IV's got the best gun, like I have, he can punch through my frontal armour without any difficulty at all. So I've got to play this quite carefully. I have to apologise for my frame rate in advance. It makes the tank looks like it's sort of skipping backwards and forwards a bit. 7.4 has actually made the frame rate a little bit worse on this for some reason. So anyway, so I ducked down into that gully, a little gully if you like, using the rise there to cover my right hand side, spot the artillery, and in epic case of bad timing, I've got a Panzer IV now appears behind me. I think at this point I should have gone into cover straight away because he gets another hit on me. So I'm down to half hit points. But I can see he doesn't have the best gun. So I get hit, quickly relocate. I'm hoping my artillery is going to have a pop at him. But I don't know if he's hittable where he is or not. So he played this peekaboo a bit. I've still got a little bit of hit points to play with. My gun does more damage than his, but he's got more hit points than I have. You see the artillery there missed there. So I've got 37 hit points left now, my engine's damaged. So what I do is I quickly repair the engine because I'm going to need that very much. I'm probably going to need, so I can kill him in one hit, but he can also kill me in one hit. So the game begins. I've got the advantage of having artillery bearing down on him, but I need to try and keep him lit up. At this point I really want to win this game now, as you can imagine. I decide to use the wreck and also use the slight incline of the slope to try and shield my tank and just expose my turret. Take a shot, non-damaging penetration, and it appears that Artie gets splash damage on him, which reduces his hit points even further. And now he's disappeared again. There he is, he's backed up. So I'll take a shot and I manage to shoot him before he shoots me, because that would have been fatal for us both. So there we go, good game. Loving the Panzer IV, and got a couple of decent achievements and some decent cash. So thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed that, watch one of my other videos. In the meantime, I'll see you next time. Cheers.